Good morning, everyone. David speaking. It's about a quarter to 12 on the 9th of April, just before the Easter break. I'm looking at VectorVest UK, and over the last week or so, the situation's improved markedly. The short-term trend of the London market is up. The primary wave is up. The underlying trend is still down. And the longest measure of the trend on VectorVest is in fact still down. We're still advising caution, and I think that you should in fact heed that warning. If we have a look at the market timing chart on VectorVest, there's the chart, and as you can see, the MTI, the market timing indicator, a proprietary measure of momentum, which in fact encompasses the rate of change of the price of the VectorVest composite and the rate of change of the buy-sell ratio into the one measure. When that gets up above 1 and it's at 0.93 now, then the underlying trend will move up. Over the last few days, in fact, the primary wave is up. But very importantly, a medium-term measure of the market direction is also turned up, and that's called the DEW. And the DEW gave a very useful signal right at the start of this, and 2 days ago, in fact, it gave a buy signal. So we have an interesting situation. The primary wave is up. We've got green light in the price column of the color guard. We've had a black star on that green light, which means that the price is rising and momentum is rising. And now we've got the DEW up. So I did a video the other day. It's called Time to be Brave. There's no doubt that the underlying trend is still down, and until that changes, then conservative investors should sit and watch. But it's getting close, folks. It's getting close, that's for sure. In my stock selection, I've been very conservative, and I mentioned some stocks the other day. We can have a look at them again, and they're doing just fine. So if I go to viewers, those are the stocks that I'm holding, and here we are. As you can see, a common theme of all of these stocks, apart from one, is the high relative safety. So if I just chart these and have a look, that's Avon Rubber, and again let's load a 5-year chart of these, folks. And in theme with our earnings per share kings presentations that we've been focusing on VectorVest UK, we've in fact got this share that's earnings per share is moving up very strongly. The price is rising. It came back and came off that old top, making very strong headway up the page over the last couple of days. That looks good. Nobody knows what's going to happen next, but that looks good. Similarly, that's Lion Trust Asset Management. Came off that old top and this long-term trend line. Had a very good day yesterday. As long as the general market keeps going, then that should do very well indeed. So general market looking good. We've got no choice but to be brave. That's Polymetal. Again, it's got a lowish relative safety. I see the gold price is above 1700 this morning. I'm hoping that's going to do well. Technically, I like the way it was accumulated very aggressively here at this confluence between this fib, for those of you that are fib players, and that old trend line. So this is the GB group, and finally seems to have started to do something. There was an awful lot of noise in there, and this is a weekly chart, and this has been a very, very good week for it. And as you can see, being strongly accumulated around that £5 level by really, really bright people, people who are strong. They can allow the market to sell off, and they don't allow that red bar to put them off the buying decision. So that's moved from £5 to £6.22 this week. That's one heck of a move. So that looks to me as if the accumulate process is nearly over. As long as the general market keeps on its upward trajectory, then I think that should get up to £8 relatively quickly. Games Workshop, it scared a few people the other day when there was quite a negative looking daily candle, but that in fact we can't even see that on the weekly chart, and a really good confluence of fib, old top on that trend line, earnings per share coming to the party. That looks good to me. And this is JD Sports, again going to have a good week. The low of the week £4, the high of the week's not over yet at £5.24. should be okay. I haven't looked at it this morning. Should be okay. FTSE's up a tad this morning, so it should be okay. Should the conditional tense, and that's diploma. Again, noisy here, a lot of accumulation going on by very capable people at that 78% retracement and the confluence of that trend line. So going into the Easter weekend, folks, the S&P had an exceptionally good day yesterday, and I'm hoping the FTSE can catch up today. Market's been driven clearly by the deaths of the coronavirus, but I'm hoping the market is suggesting it's going to get much better from here. I'm still of the view that we're in a bear market rally. That bear market rally, until it proves to me to the otherwise, can last 2 to 3 weeks from here, but we need to be very careful indeed with stops and targets. All right, so steady as she goes. Those shares that I've chosen have got a high relative safety, which means that the safety and the predictability of the earnings over the last few years has been really good. They're shares that have the financial clout to handle a few months of poor or negative or no sales. So folks, have a great Easter, and I'll do another one of these reports after the open next Tuesday morning. Take good care of yourself. Stay well away from this darn bug. Bye bye.